It's Cyber Monday, the last hoorah before all the best deals disappear. Or is that just what they want you to think? Are the deals actually that good? Well, I found a few that I think are worth checking out, and these are gifts I would actually give people. I scoured the web with my price history checker and put them together for you all. Now, don't feel compelled to buy something just because it's on sale. I recommend only picking up stuff that you really need or have wanted for a long time, because next year they're just gonna do it all over again anyways. But let's jump into it, shall we? So the first deal I got of the day is the Rainy 75 on drop, and this is probably the best deal that I've seen on this keyboard since back in Kickstarter. So usually it's the light version that's $99, and then the Pro is like more than that. And now you can buy the Pro Rainy 75 with the Cocoa switches, which are the ones that I like, for $99, and I think you even get free shipping on it. So if you live in the US, this is a super steal. For the colorways, I like Cocoa switches and I like the white the best, but you know, colors are up to you. This is one of the best keyboards of 2024 and 2025. Sure, it has some kinks here and there. You can watch my videos of all the reviews I've done on this thing, but it is a great keyboard. Speaking of drop, the other things that they have, if you go into their Black Friday, is they have the best selection of pretty desk mats, I think, on the internet. If you just go to Battle Stations here, you can see all their desk mats. You've got these Lord of the Rings one. I mean, if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, I need to get Jake one of those, right? He'll really like that. Especially this one. This one's very beautiful. So they got several colors. Their desk mats are pretty high quality. I've been using them for years and years now, and I like them all. They're pretty big too. They're probably like this, 900 by 400, I think is the typical size of them. So they're pretty big. I've been using this one for a while. Oh, they even have Harry Potter nowadays. And that Santa one, that's weird. All right, moving on to the next thing is dbrand. Now, dbrand has not sponsored us in the past, but right now they have these free playing cards if you buy any purchase. Now, I don't know about you, but something about premium playing cards just hits me, and I'm like, I must have those. So I did buy some skins for Jake and I, as well as some screen protectors, because they're super easy to put on. So their screen protector, all you do is put the case down, pull the thing, press it down, and boom. No more alignment or wiping the little screens and the other things. I don't know. It just seems like a really easy process, and it's a 2-pack instead of 1. So if you drop it and it cracks, you got another one just waiting in the drawer next to you. And skins are self-explanatory. So they have a variety of designs. I think the downside is that they're not really girly designs. That's what I had a really hard time picking. But they have all kinds of designs, and there's a sale off of those. So 20% off their skins, and then a certain amount off their screen protectors too. So 2-pack is $25 compared to $35 from before. And I bought these yesterday, so I'm not gonna buy them right now. So you can get the playing cards as well as discounts off the screen protectors and the skins and all these other things too. I mean, they have cases for your Steam Deck that look really cool. I would get one if I didn't already have a case for my Steam Deck, but they also have skins for your Steam Deck. They've got Switch 2 cases. They got cases for everything. Okay, moving on. They have not sponsored us, but dbrand, please sponsor us. Okay, we're jumping into facial cleanser. Now, I know not a lot of you care about your skin in the same way that I do, but having a skincare routine is super important for the health of your skin, but also the appearance. And if you don't care about your appearance, then, you know, you can move on and look at other things. But this cleanser is lightweight. It can remove all your makeup while still being pretty gentle on your skin. So you're not like scrubbing all that stuff off and then hurting your skin and then drying it in the process. This is great. I use this every single day, in morning and night, and I have the big one actually. I don't know if the big one's on a deal, but you get one of these and it's in a glass container. So when you're done using it, you buy the refill it up, use it again. Now, if you want a good facial cleanser, get this one. It's a little bit of a splurge. If you don't want to splurge on a facial cleanser, then you can buy a much cheaper one by CeraVe. Now those, I guess these are on sale. They're usually about $17. Depending on your skin type, you can get the hydrating one or the foaming. So you can look that up. The foaming one is for like oily skin, and then the hydrating one is for dry skin. So you don't want to splurge on the other skincare. At least buy yourself a decent face wash. Use it every morning and every night and you're good to go for the rest of your life. Another deal you need to know about is the Valerion Vision Master Pro 2. I recently set this thing up in our break room and everyone in the office came to check it out.
Whoa, that does actually look really good.
The device itself looks like it's straight out of the future. The first time we turned it on, the colors and screen were punchier and crispier than expected. It's bright even with a lamp on, and the contrast makes everything feel sharp and the image really jumps from the screen. I also had no idea smart projectors were a thing, but you can do crazy stuff like stream your favorite movies and videos directly from it, and it even supports IMAX, Dolby Vision, all that stuff I didn't even realize a projector could do. What really got me was how simple it was. We're in a narrow room, but the Pro 2 automatically adjusted to fill our 100-inch screen perfectly. You don't have to mess with angles or constantly refocus, it just snaps perfectly in place. Somehow it makes my 49-inch monitor look tiny, and we're honestly underutilizing it in this little break room. It can go up to a 300-inch projection if you've got the wall space. Watching movies during lunchtime has been a thing recently, where we all sit around and watch our favorite stuff. And when we can't agree on what to watch, we simply use it as an opportunity to play our favorite games on the big screen. Pulling up a movie, turning off the lights, and chowing down on some good food has become quite a ritual at the office here at Switch and Click. If you want to grab the same setup while it's on sale, Valerion's Black Friday lowest price of the year is live right now. Save $700 off the Pro 2 for a limited time. Hit the top link in the description. So this is the 16E. It is Apple's budget phone, but the full price is $600, and now you can get it at Best Buy unlocked for $50 off, which is it's a decent deal considering you're buying an unlocked phone, so you're not locked to any cell phone carrier where they're like, oh, have a free phone, but they're not actually free. You have to pay for it in your cell phone service. This way you can get a phone, use something really cheap like Mint Mobile, and then pay like $15 a month, which is like the cheapest cell phone plan you can get for a long time. So I recommend buying a cheap phone plus this. This is not a sale, just so you know. This Black Friday thing that they're saying, that's actually their typical price. So I don't know why they're saying that's a deal. Ah, I see, it is a deal. So Mint Mobile works like this. You get a certain number of high-speed data every month, and once that runs out, then you're left with this super slow, like useless speed. So I usually use 5 gigabytes a month, and it's fine unless I travel or I use the internet a lot when I'm out and about, which is like never because I'm connected to Wi-Fi. So right now they have their unlimited high-speed internet for $15 a month, but you're locked into either 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months, and it is worth it. I think their plans are really good. I've had no problems with it so far. They use T-Mobile's cell phone towers. Okay, moving on. I think this was a little side tangent, but if you want a cheap cell phone plan and you want to get out of your Verizon, AT&T, your whatever cell phone plan you have that's charging you $70, $100 a month, you want to go down to $15 a month and still have all the benefits, go with Mint Mobile. I've been using them for years and years and years and years, like 15 years or something like that. All right, next is a GAN charger. If you don't know what GAN chargers are, they are smaller power bricks that do fast charging. So this one has 1 USB-A and 3 USB-C ports. It's fast enough to charge this MacBook Pro, the phones, Steam Deck, all the other things. I have probably 7 of these. I have the older model, so it only has 2 USB-Cs and 1 USB-A. This is a newer model with more ports, so that's a steal. And I paid an arm and a leg for mine, at least $50 each. So $25 each for one of these is a steal. You want these all around your home. And it looks like, what's the price? $24.50. $24.50. They'll reach $24 sometimes during the year. So not like it's a super deal or anything. If you're looking for power bricks, now is a good time. If not, you will want to wait until about a couple days before Christmas, or it looks like they do it for a couple days every single month. So if you don't want one now, you don't have to buy one now. If you do, why not? These are good chargers. I know some people are like, oh, UGREEN, they're bad. They work fine. They're the same as Anker. They work fine. Yeah, that's all I can say. They pay for a lot of marketing, but they do work. Speaking of UGREEN, we also got chargers. These are 100-watt chargers. They're fast chargers. They're 3 feet, so they're perfect for just keeping it in your bag or your backpack or just plugging it into a wall somewhere. They're not great for like plugging it into a Starbucks outlet and then extending it all the way to your table. It's nice to have these, the USB-C to USB-C, and a USB-A to USB-C. That way you cover all your devices. But 2-pack for $7.50, that's about $3.75-ish each. It's a good price there, but they don't do fast data transfer. So if you're looking for something to do that, you're gonna have to look at a much more expensive cable, but not everyone needs to do fast data transfer. So gotta get some of these too. Look, they even have e-markers. Nice. Next, we've got some EDC things. I bought myself one of these recently, actually, because when we get home at night now, it's really dark. So I was thinking, I need a flashlight. So Nightcore is one of the most recommended brands on like the EDC subreddit, and they are ultra powerful flashlights. So I would recommend something like this. Okay, it looks like you can get 30% off certain flashlights. These flashlights are really intense. Okay, so you can do 1500 lumens, a bunch of light. They have different laser modes and stuff. Sort of crazy. They're really hardcore flashlights. So $95, you add it to cart, and then you see your deal, which is $71. Now I know $71 for a flashlight. What are you thinking? That's why you can go for these other cheaper flashlights. On Amazon, there's other cheaper flashlights too, but I'm not super into the EDC space, so I'm gonna recommend something that the EDC space does recommend. I mean, that's what I've bought, is that stuff that they recommend instead of, I don't know, I'm not an expert on this stuff. I do like my flashlights and my knives for unboxing and all this. Look how small this stuff. This is amazing. It's the size of your car key. The size of your car key. Okay, let me add this to cart and I'll tell you how much this is. The size of your car keys for $42, you get a rechargeable keychain EDC flashlight. It's pretty appealing. It's appealing because it's useful. Okay, moving on to some more EDC tools. This is a titanium. Now the EDC space really likes titanium for some reason. It's a bottle opener, it's a pry bar, and it's a ruler, but you don't care about that. And it's got multiple hex wrenches right here. So it's useful. You can put it on your keychain. You can use it to pry things. And this is probably the most useful purpose of it, is to open your bottles. But if you're in a pinch and you need to pry open a car window or something, you got this right on your keys. How convenient is that? I don't understand why someone would like this. I think my husband would like this to put on his keychain. Men are into this stuff, all right? Moving on to something else that they would really like, Leatherman, other EDC tools. So Leatherman has the Rev on sale as well as the Skeletal. I have bestseller. Everything is in the bestsellers collection. So the Rev is 20% off. Oh, and if you want to customize it, get really special colors, 50% off with that. So you add it to your cart and then customize. Okay, let's look at this. I think the Skeletal also. Skeletal is one of my favorites. Okay, it looks like the Skeletal is not on sale, but the Wingman, the Rev, oh, it is. I knew it. I knew it. So the Wingman, the Skeletal is on sale, 15% off. This thing looks so awesome. It has a carabiner clip here, so you can just put it on your keys, no problem. And it has 7 tools. So you've got, honestly, I can't name them all. You've got your knife, you've got your wrenches, your bottle opener. Yeah, you have your bit driver, so it pops out. It's cool. Plus, it looks great. I think it looks great. So if you have a husband who wants a Skeletal, or you are one who wants a Skeletal, it looks good. It looks really good. 15% off is quite appealing. Okay, moving on to something that I think is useful for everybody is AirTags. And you probably know why. And right now they are $18 instead of the regular $30. That is a really, really good price. That's the lowest it's been in over, I don't know, it's never been this low. In fact, I'm gonna add 2 to cart right now. Yeah, I'm gonna buy this. You know why you need this. You want to track your stuff, you lose your keys, your wallet, your backpacks, you can just follow it with an AirTag. Moving on to something that I think is really useful if you like all your Apple devices and you can keep them charged with just one thing. It's the 3-in-1 stand. Now, I have a really bulky one, but this one goes vertically, so it saves you space on your nightstand. And it also comes with the power brick and the cable and the stand itself. Also the lowest price it's been as well. So $60 instead of the typical $111. If you like your iPhones, your Apple Watches, and your AirPods, this thing's cool. Okay, moving on to another Apple product, MacBook Air M4. So this one, I think this is the lowest SSD storage at 256. I would go at least to 512, and it's still a pretty good deal here, minus 20% off. Yeah, it doesn't usually go this low, but $950 right now. If you're looking for a laptop or some type of work device, I always work on MacBooks just because they're super lightweight, and the MacBook Air is even more lightweight than the MacBook Pro, and this is the new M4 chip. So very powerful. If you want more RAM, if you find yourself opening a ton of tabs or doing a lot of multitasking, then I think the RAM upgrade is worth it. With the RAM, you can't upgrade it yourself because it's soldered in. So if you want a device that is going to last a longer time, I do recommend the 16 gigabyte to 24 gigabyte RAM upgrade. And that is also a decent deal right now too. So you're looking for a laptop. Okay, moving on to Kindles. I always recommend Kindles just because they're such a lightweight device that you can get free books from your library, free ebooks from your library, and just toss them in and read it, and it will improve your life. That's all. That's all I'm going to say. Reading will improve your life. You can read fiction, you can read nonfiction, you can read whatever. But it's really fun to be able to talk about books with other people and spend time. And after you get home from work, you just relax and read your book. And right now it's $80, which is the lowest price that you will see this year. Of course, you could buy older Kindles and jailbreak them, but I'm not going to talk about that because I haven't done that. It's the Samsung OLED TV. So typically this is $2,000, and now it's $1,250. Personally, I would buy the 42-inch because my house is small, and that is $900 instead of all the way up here, $1,100, $1,200, $1,300. Big deal on these OLED TVs. And I have a Samsung OLED monitor, which I really like, so the TV is going to be just as great. So moving on to some keyboards, we've got the Ajazz AK820 Pro. This is about $50 now, and either switch is good. This is one of those budget keyboards where it just sounds really good to begin with. Most budget keyboards now sound really good, like the LF75. I would recommend all these keyboards here if you're looking for a keyboard. But if you want to go a little fancier, go with the Rainy 75 from Drop. Next is the Garmin Fenix 7 Pro Sapphire Solar. If you have interest in the outdoors in any way, this thing is rugged. It has solar, so the battery life is going to be longer. It has a sapphire screen, so it's super durable. And it has a flashlight up here. I mean, look at this thing. It looks like it could do everything. I do not have the Garmin Fenix Pro Sapphire. I have the Garmin 265S, but Garmin's are great. I can't even wear one of these because they're so big. Right now, the 47mm is on sale. The other ones are not, so this is the best deal you're going to have with this watch. So usually it goes for a lot. These are really expensive. It has fluctuated between $850 all the way down to $600, and now we're looking at $450. That's because Garmin is selling newer and newer models, so this is an older model, and it doesn't come with the latest and greatest whatever Garmin is gatekeeping behind their new models, because they do updates to their old watches, but they don't go back and add the new features to their old watches, so it's like they're gatekeeping it behind the new product subscription in a way. So this is a really good price. It's almost half off, or more than half off. Yeah, great deal if you're looking for a Garmin watch. This is something I keep in my backpack every single day, and it is a power bank, but also a wall outlet. So you can charge your devices. It also has a USB-A and a USB-C, and then this USB-C port as well. So that's 3 whole ports there. It has a cable attached to it that also acts as a wrist strap that I would never use as a wrist strap. But I keep this in my backpack all the time because it does so many different things. It also does 30-watt fast charging, so not enough for your laptop, but enough for everything else. So $31 compared to their usual $33. It's already so cheap to begin with. So I keep this, and I keep a USB hub. Okay, to anyone who's interested in retro things, this is like a more modern take of the old cassette player. because it gets really loud, but it has all the analog buttons. It charges via USB-C, and I think it also does Bluetooth, but don't quote me on that one. But it's $80 compared to typical $88. I have one. I have this one. It looks great, and it's really satisfying. Next is the Samsung Odyssey G9, but this is not the OLED version. So I have the OLED, which is great. I like it a lot. In fact, I really, really like it. But a lot of people complain, why are you using OLED for work? Shouldn't you just buy a normal monitor? And the answer is, you're probably right. You're probably right. So this is the same size, the same curvature, but this gets brighter than mine, which is, I think, 400. And this is a non-OLED monitor. So if you want an ultra-wide that's like this big, it curves, and you want to use it for work, this one is on sale right now for $700 compared to the usual $1,000, $830. So a great price if you want an ultra-wide, but you don't want the OLED. The OLED is on sale as well, but I talked about that yesterday or on Black Friday. All right. Next gift, which would be great for anybody who has a car, is this. Now, this will save your butt when you really need it. You just want to keep it charged most of the time. This will jump your car if you need to, and you don't have a friend you can call, or you're stuck in the middle of nowhere. You attach this to your battery, press the buttons, and it goes boop, 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 and then you drive and charge your alternator. For $80, I think that's some pretty good peace of mind compared to the typical price of $100. That's a good price. I have one in my car. Jake has one in his car. And lastly, the Retroid Pocket 5 handheld. Now, I've been wanting this for a long time, and I know it's only a $20 sale, but to anybody who's into those retro games, Fire Emblem, Pokemon, PS1, all these games, the Retroid Pocket 5 is very, very popular in the handheld community. It's one of those entryway drug things that when you get one, you start wanting more and more and more. So if you want one of your friends to get into retro handhelds, get them one of these, or an Ambernick, which I will mention as well because they have really good sales. Get them one of these Ambernicks. They're selling out really fast. I have the RG35H, but you can get any of these. And it comes loaded with a bunch of games. They're really affordable for what they are. And yeah, those are the Cyber Monday deals that I would actually buy and gift to people. Enjoy. And if you have any more deals you want me to check out, put them in the link below. Goodbye.